Hey guys, welcome back. SimUK here, checking out Farming Simulator 2019. This game so far is surprising me. Oh, nuts. I was going to try a new map, wasn't I? This game so far is surprising me. I mean, obviously it's got bugs, and 4 months after release, it still has bugs. They're not necessarily game-breaking bugs, but they are quite irritating. A little bit like that car alarm outside, which is finally finished. But yeah, overall, the gameplay feel for me... Now, let's get this straight. Let me just clarify my position here. The vanilla game in all farm sim games is pretty poor. Pretty disappointing, I'd say. But if you look at it, this is nothing more than a framework from which the modding community can make a good game. Hi guys, welcome back. SimUK here, checking out Farming Simulator 19 4 months after release. And I have to say, despite my reservations and annoyances at some of the things that haven't been addressed and some of the consistently ignored issues within the game, this is, in my humble opinion, the best farming simulator framework that has ever been released. And when I say framework, what I mean by that, let's just start a new save game here. Go new farmer. We'll do a modded map. What have we got here? The North Sea, Alps panorama at the Northern Sea. Brook. Estancia Lapacho. That could be interesting. I think that's a modded map. Grizzly Mountain. Marwell Manor Farm. I mean, that looks more my kind of thing. Mercury Farms. That looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, that's not bad. New Barterschlagen. Marwell or Mercury? I want to break free. I want to break free. All right, let's go Mercury. Yeah. Whatever's Trevor's. So yeah, basically, Farm Sim as a game is a pile of trash. It's so arcadey, and it's so limited. I mean, you know, to clarify my point there, I mean, the game has got a lot of content in it. There's a lot of products that you can... there's a lot of crops and cereals that you can grow. There's a lot of animals. There's a decent amount of animals that you can sort of rear and breed and whatnot. So, I mean, in that sense, it is quite impressive. But the actual overall feel of the game, the realism element of the game is pretty poor. Pretty disgraceful, in my humble opinion. That being said, as a framework upon which the modding community can actually create an incredible game, and they have done year upon year, this, I think, could be the best one of the lot. Now, as it stands at the moment, I mean, I've waited 3-4 months for the modding community to get hold of this and really turn it into something special. And that hasn't happened yet. That hasn't happened in a number of key areas. There's hardly any maps, if any at all. There's hardly any physics improvements. There's no real gear improvements. I am trying out a new gear mod today, actually, or I was going to. I would have looked at that, but I needed to press the X button. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, I've got to say that as a framework, this is the best one yet, with the exception of shadows. I think the shadows in this game are shockingly poor. I mean, look at this. This is constant. It's awful, horrible, so bad. And also, you know, shadows at a distance. If you look at that shadow on that building, I imagine it will disappear right about now. There we go. That horrible LOD system that they've got on there. I hate that. Talk about immersion breaking. I mean, I'm almost at the point where I want to turn shadows off. That's where I am. That's how bad the shadowing effects are in this game. They are atrociously bad. But with those two things aside, everything else in this game is an improvement. To be fair, that shadow problem is quite a significant one. I mean, look at that. That's awful, isn't it? Absolutely awful. Still, graphically, I would say yes. Everything seems, especially with this like overall time degradation look that things have. But if you look at that, I mean, that looks weird, right? That doesn't look right. And the reason why it doesn't look right is because the lighting is just wrong. And there's no shaders, there's no shader adjustment in this game. I have seen somebody who's downloaded or created a mod that allows you to adjust the shaders. And when they do that, it does look an awful lot better. So maybe that's something I can look at. But certainly... Oh, open doors is wide. With the exception of those rather significant problems, I'm just curious, actually. See the gate opened outwards there? Oh, I see, it opens flat. Okay. So anyway, 4 months after the release of FS19, there were maps and mods coming out of every orifice. Oh, major stutter there. Oh, and another one. Is there something about that bit of ground that the game doesn't like? Don't know what that was. Very strange. Yeah, I mean, this time after Farm Sim 17's release, there were so many mods and maps, and the game had just been completely transformed. This time that hasn't happened, and I think it's because so many of the... For me, what irritates me the most is that the modding community come in and they make all these fantastic improvements to physics, graphics, control mechanisms, the ability to have gears on vehicles, all these kind of really, really immersive, realistic features that are totally lacking from the base game, from the vanilla title itself. And, you know, once you see that the modding community has done it and the code is there and available and it works really well, it just frustrates me that Farm Sim 19 don't implement these things. I've said many times over, why don't they just say, look, here's 10 grand or 20 grand or 50 grand for some of the, you know, like the seasons mod? I mean, why has Farm Sim 19 got no seasons in it? It's because they're lazy bastards. Excuse my French. That is the reason why. They're lazy bastards and they want the modding community to do all the work for free. And I just think that's disgraceful. You might say, oh yes, but Farm Sim, you know, the Farm Sim team do a lot to help the modding community. Do you know what I see them doing, helping the modding community? There's now a mod tutorial available on the Giants website, but it will cost you £5. That's how much they respect the modding community for what they do. I mean, sure, I'm tempted to buy it because I'd like to do some mods from Farm Sim. And surprisingly, or to my surprise, Farm Sim 19 I think could be the best of the lot. Certainly there have been some significantly important changes, like for example this whole thing. I mean, this is just brilliant. It was an excellent idea. I love the addition of the birds, the birds on the fields and so on. That's really nice. But dogs, I mean, really, a dog? You'd rather spend all your time adding a dog to the game than listening to the community and saying, oh yeah, this is a bit of a buggy mess, isn't it? There's like if you look at the gamepad control options here, there are no menu options, so you can't change how the menu system works. So for somebody like me who uses a G29 and an Xbox 360, I now cannot use one or the other. I have to flick between the Xbox 360 and the G29 in order to navigate this menu or use the keyboard and mouse. I can't use the device I want because there are no menu options for me to bind keys to. There always used to be. Farm Sim 17, 15, go back as far as you like. There always used to be that option. And there was a menu option that had to have a keybind in it or you'd break the game. Do you remember that? I don't know if you remember that. But yeah, they've completely taken out all menu options for controllers. So, I mean, we're absolutely screwed in that sense because you can't set anything up. But, I mean, look at it. It is a bloody awful mess, especially when you start adding mods and you've got these, like, extensions and stuff at the end. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I've just seen. This is the new gear system I've set up. And we've got range and gears. I am so excited. I'm so excited. I'm not going to be looking at that today, but I will be looking at that very soon. Because that makes such a difference to the game, just having gears, etc. And again, there's been so many conversations with Giants around, are there going to be manual transmissions in the vehicles? And I think their response was something along the lines of, yeah, we looked at it, but we're not going to actually implement it. It's like, well, hang on a minute here, because the modding community has been able to do this and has freely, consistently done this for, the last 3 iterations. Pull the thumb out of your arse. Stop producing things like dogs and trains that nobody asked for and nobody wants, and fix the menu system and put some gears in the tractors. What is wrong with these people? That's why I struggle to play this game. That is why I struggled to make a review straight away, because the second I picked it up and I looked at it, I always go and I look at these things, right, what are the key things for me? Have they fixed the menu? No. Well, yes and no, because prior to this version, you had to leave your game in order to set up your keybinds. So at least they fixed that. At least now you can go in and change your keybinds, come back out, see if it works for you. Oh no, I didn't like it that way, let me reverse it so it's the other way, that feels more natural, whatever. You can at least do that now, and that's a massive plus, there's no denying that. Whereas, previously, you had to quit out of your game, change the keybinds, load the game back up again, then try it, decide you don't like it, quit back out the game, change the keybinds, reload the game, reload your saved game, check it out, no, I still don't like it. Absolute nightmare. That was awful. So that's fixed. Or better. It's better. But, what they've done is they've removed a whole bunch of functionality from that control point. And all I'm asking is, it's not a lot to ask, is it? Just group things into logical tabs. So player controls is under one tab. Tractor controls is under one tab. Menu controls is under one tab. All mods are under a separate tab, rather than this incredibly long, difficult to locate. There's no search option, there's no filter option. How is this easy to use? It's horrible to use. And, I have had the experience after spending hours of setting it up. The game just unset all my settings. I think there was an update or something and all my settings reverted back to default. So, yeah. As far as not bloody happy goes, I wasn't bloody happy. But Farm Sim 19, despite all of that, Farm Sim 19 has the potential, well, I say the potential, Farm Sim 19 is the best looking Farm Simulator edition yet. If you ignore the LOD and the shading and the shadows, which are all absolutely atrocious. Those 3 things aside, this is the best looking Farm Sim title yet. Look at the shadow on the buildings over there. That's so immersion breaking. It's horrible. It's like I'm playing on a console, for God's sake. That's not acceptable in PC land. Absolutely not. Not for a massive company like Giants. On a 10-year series. A series that spanned for 10 years and they still can't get things right. They still can't listen to the community. I am struggling to be positive about this game. Warning! Mod conflict detected. Shuttle shift can't be used from enhanced vehicle and keyboard steer control add-on at the same time. If you like to use shuttle control from KSVCA recommended, open the KSVCA configuration default blah 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 and shuttle to on. Set shuttle to on. Yeah. Okay. Do you know what? I'm not going to worry about that today. Do you know why I'm not going to worry about that today? Because I'm not really going to do any tractor driving or anything today. Today is all about the animals, the ability to mod things, the terrain editor, and all that kind of good stuff, because I haven't had a look at that yet. So this is our field, correct? Field number 12. Good, good, good. We got a bit of equipment. We've got some cash, I think. 100, is that it? 100,000. That's not a lot of money. No, it's not. Let's go loco, baby. Can't navigate using my tabs on my Xbox 360 controller. Most frustrating. Have to use the G29. Animal pens. Okay, let's go for that. Oh, can't use my Xbox 360 controller. That's just stupid. I think what we need here is an horse. So we're going to have a large horse paddock for 55,000. Interestingly, the sheep and the cow pasture, sorry, the cow and the pig enclosures are far more expensive than the horses. Which is interesting. I mean, like, considerably more expensive. I wonder why that is. They're modded. Sorry, these are modded, I just realised, so that's probably why. Okay. Let's go. So that's a single lizard horse paddock. Again, that's a mod. So all we've got in terms of horse paddocks are the standard or the large. That's all they offer. So can I fit... Oh, God damn, I can't use my Xbox 360 controller. Right. Okay. So now this is a problem that I experienced in the last episode. It's telling me now that I don't own this land. I mean, clearly I do. But what seems to be the case is that the model that's going to go in this spot, the model that you're looking at in sort of highlighted in red, that... Ah, I see. Do you see the circle surrounding it? So even though the structure is only red, it's that circle... I was hoping I could zoom out a bit more, but it's the circle that you can barely see on some surfaces, but easily on others. That's the area that you're going to build in. So that is the issue. So, okay, we can't afford that. Let's try this modded single paddock. That's much smaller. So that's fine. Oh no, it isn't. Oh, I tell a lie. It's not that circle then. It isn't the circle. I don't know what the hell the circle is. I don't know what that is. What is the point of that circle? Not a clue. But it looks like we can fit this one, so that's good. How do I rotate? Now, do you see how that's gone red? That's gone red there, even though I'm clearly still within my field. What's that plane again? So there are serious limitations. You can't put it up in the corner, for example. You have to be quite far away from that point. Okay, bye. Cracking. How do I get out of this? Okay. So we've got that. How do I now build... buy some animals? It's a landscaping tool. These are brands, vehicles, tools, objects, placeables. Ah, okay, so you can't... Seems you can't buy animals from here. Let's go look at this little mod. That's pretty cool, that. I think they've done a really good job there. You can see you've got... I'm assuming this is food, and this then would be the water. Now, we don't have any oats unless this field is full of oats. What's in this field? Wheat. Oh, that's a shame. And obviously, you know, whacking this horse paddock in the middle of the field is not going to help us a huge amount. But I'm not really bothered about the farming aspect today. It's just exploring the game and how it works, etc. So I'm quite happy with that. Oh no, this is water. I tell a lie. This bathtub over here. I love that. What a great little feature. He's even got the wood planks underneath to keep it level. Yeah. I lived in Cornwall for a long time, and this is the kind of thing you see. This is old school farming at its best. So, this will be food. That'll be straw, maybe, for the floor. And that'll be water. Alright. Let's go figure out where do I buy animals? It's a cow pasture, farm silo, sheep pasture, pig enclosure. Horse paddock, farmhouse, animal dealer. Okay, that's where we want to go, over there then. I think we've got a tractor somewhere, haven't we? Now if I jump in the tractor, it's going to go all upset on me. So we'll just ignore all the issues. Put proper driving on. Semi-proper driving. Now, I've never been on this map before in my life, so I don't actually know how to get where I want to go. We're going to have to kind of work it out as we go. That's how we get to our field. Good start. How do I get to the road? Oh, I'm seeing a sort of a mud track path heading in that general direction. I'm going to take that. The steering is so heavy in this tractor. Incidentally, as a map mod, from what I'm seeing so far, I say it's just pretty nice. One thing I will say is it's quite clean. Like the roads are very defined. There's no encroaching sort of bushes or trees or anything upon the road, which is fine, but maybe a little bit less realistic. What's that noise? Strange noise. They've done a bit here. It's like a spot of less perfect flooring, I guess you'd call it. Well, there's sort of a dirt path down there, but there's another one up here that looks a bit more prominent. I think I'm going to take that. You know, if this entire road was like this, with the bumps and the lumps and stuff, I think then that would be far more realistic. Having lived around farms for pretty much my entire life, or pretty much my entire youth life, yeah, I can say I don't remember very many farm tracks that were flat. I can't remember any off the top of my head. I don't think I've ever seen a farm track that didn't have whopping great big holes in the floor or whatever. Just having a mini flashback then to a time when a friend of mine took me out in his horse and trap. And I think he wanted to show off a bit, and he was going super fast around this forest, and yeah, damn near bloody killed both of us. The pillock. He didn't, but he damn near did. Right, where is the flipping thing from here? Down to the right. Yeah, that's quite nice. See how fast the vehicles are. Oh good, it's faster than us. That's good for the first time ever. That's how it should be. We should be holding up the traffic. See that car behind me closing in on me? That's more realistic. Bloody hell, dude. Closing in pretty what the hell are you doing? Brake test. Ah, see? That's why you don't do that. Do you want some? I will get out of this tractor and force feed you your exhaust pipe. Right. Wow, if I could turn around quicker. Go on then, get out. Get out. Get out. Oh, I'm jumping on your car. Look at your stupid wheels. Not got much to say now, have you? Bloody people. So anyway, yeah, I think they've done a really good job here. There's the 99% of this map is absolutely fantastic. This guy's getting right on my nerves. 99% of this map is absolutely fantastic, and is this the animal thing? It is, okay. But I just think the roads, it needs roughing up a bit. It's a bit too clean and tidy for my liking. That's really my only objection. Right, Emerson Live Market. Wouldn't it be cool one day if the game evolved so that we could actually... Oh, I need an animal transporter, don't I? Wouldn't it be cool one day if the game evolved so that you could actually go into the market and see the animals? I'd love that. That would be brilliant. Whoa, my reverse gear's not working. Okay, we have a slight problem. We can only go forwards, so I mustn't drive. We're gonna have a problem now, aren't I? I mustn't drive anywhere where I have to back out, because the conflict we've got means that I can't actually turn around. I can't reverse the tractor at all. I'll be setting up these gears properly soon, and hopefully we'll be having a really good experience as a result. Right, so let's just park here. See if I can figure out. There's some moving parts there on this tractor. I mean, the majority of it is considerably unimpressive, but you can see there's a little bit of shiny metal there, and the fan. What the hell was that? What the hell is that? What the hell is that? I'm going to have to check this map out, I think. Yeah, so you might be able to see it behind that shiny thing. There is a fan there, and that's actually spinning around. So I very much doubt any of these parts have been moving mechanically, but let's just take a look. See, the fan is spinning around. Nothing else is moving. Nothing else is animated, but yeah, I mean, it's better than it has been in the past. In the past, none of that was modelled. That was all just a 2D image. So, I mean, it's an improvement. I'll give it that. I'll grant them that. Yeah, I've absolutely no idea how you buy animals. And what's this for? Do I perhaps need to have... Oh look, a bridle path. That is so cool. That is really awesome. So, I'm clearly doing this wrong. Let me try and figure out how you do this then. So, placeables, sheds, farmhouses, decoration silos, animal pens, miscellaneous. Obviously it's not that. That's that stuff. Huh. May have to Google. I may very well have to Google this. FS19, how to buy a horse. God damn it. Right, it says go to the animal dealer to buy a horse, but
welcome everyone.
oh. After buying a paddock, press R on the square and then select a horse. Oh, I see. So we needn't have come down here at all. We buy the horse from the paddock itself. I had no idea. Alright. Let's head back to the farm. We'll head back to the paddock and see if we can't... Whoa! Get hit by a truck. Don't do it, crazy green car. Don't do it. Don't do it. That definitely needs to be fixed. Any idiot who did that behind a tractor would get a short, sharp sort of brake test, wouldn't they? Oh, I'm just going this way. I didn't get you that time, did I? I'll get you next time. So you can see the accelerator moves when I hit the accelerator. But if I put the indicators on, nothing. So, you know, Farm Sim and Giants, in my humble opinion, are absolutely classic half-assed artists. Everything they do is good, but could be better. So whilst, you know, stuff is animated inside the trucks, at the same time it really isn't animated inside the trucks. It's pretty disgraceful, really. I think the dials work. I'm not entirely sure that they're accurate. It doesn't help with all that writing on the screen. I'm a little bit curious. Oh no, I haven't got any reverse gear. I was going to see if I could drive through that hedge. Just plough my way through to straight to our farm. But yeah, like I say, I don't have a reverse gear at the moment. Damn it! I've got a little flap on my G29 where the leather has peeled away ever so slightly. obviously been caught on something. That is how this track should be. All the way down here. Not just a little bit here. The whole thing should be like this. I'd love to make a map. I think I'd really like to make a map. And unless I'm mistaken, these tracks on the floor are the tracks that I left on my way up there. Now that is impressive. The fact that they're still there, that is really impressive. And massive kudos for that, because that's realism. When you've got games like Dakar, where as far as you can see, it's, you know, you can literally race behind the tracks that the car in front of you has left, and they'll be vanishing as you're driving towards them. No, that's good. I'm really impressed with that. Really impressed with that. I wonder if it's persistent. I can't imagine it would be persistent. Surely not. Surely not. That would be like ground I can't say the word. Ground degradation, wouldn't it? I must park the tractor in a way that I can still get out. Handbrake on. And, okay. Let's go find that stutter. Wow. Wow. That's a bad stutter. That's a bad stutter. Use a bad stutter. Right, so you stand here and you press R. No, that didn't work, did it? Stand here and press R. No. Stand here and press R. No. Is there perhaps a square outside that I can't see? Right, we're going to have to bring up the help menu and just see if it changes at any point. Oh, something. Open gate is Y. That's pretty cool. Close gate. Okay. We found the gate. This is a gate here. That's really quite smart what they've done there. I like that. That's good. Something popped up over here, but I seem to... Who is making that noise? It's pretty good to have all these noises around. Right, F1. Open animal dialogue. Okay, we found it. There we go. So, we can go for a grey, a pinto, a palomino, a chestnut, a bay, a black, a seal brown, and a dune. A dune. I like this. This is good. A transport fee is applied if you do not transport the animals with your own animal trailer. Okay, understood. Why is it... move. Cool. Okay, well, we've got a horse. I was hoping to buy the horse and then go and pick it up because I'd like to see what the animation is like around that. But okay, let's open the gate. Let's go and have a look at our horse. Hello, horsey. Looks like whilst his head's down, you can sort of climb up on top of him a little bit. There we go. Shaggy. Okay. So how do I ride the horse. Like so. I'm a bit concerned about my microphone audio here. Why has the screen gone completely black? Well, that's weird as hell. I think the game's crashed on me. Okay, guys. Hello. Welcome. Yes, it completely crashed on me. Apparently, I've just done a bit of Googling. This is a well-known issue. I think everything we've probably just done... Well, I don't know. The doors are still open, so some of this might... Oh, no, the tractor's still there. Oh no, it's still there. We've lost the horse. So, I don't know if it's something to do with this mod, something to do with this map, or whatever. There's a lot of mods going on here. So we have to be sort of considerate of that fact. Okay, so we'll hit space to confirm. So we have horse. Something popped up there. I don't know if you saw that. One of the solutions to the black screen issue in Farm Sim 18 is to turn off the Steam Sync, apparently. Not sure what that is. There we go, that's twice. That's definitely an issue. Right, okay. What we're going to do is we're going to reload, build something somewhere else, and try again. Okie dokie then. We are back. I have gone back to the default map. And, yeah. Look at the LOD here, look. The shadows, awful, and as you get closer, just stuff starts popping in. Oh, it's horrible. It really is horrible. So, I'm guessing that's our farmhouse, and we own... Oh, loads of fields, rather. So 24 is ours, 25 is ours, and 26 is ours. And 19 is ours as well. Okay, right. So let's try doing it all with default stuff and just see if that was the issue. See if it was the mod that was the problem. So looking for Allspedic, which is this one here. Oh, crikey. Alright, got my controller. So the object collides with something. Now, isn't that weird? In the middle of the field, where there's nothing to collide with, we get a collision issue. I wonder if it's the tractor. No, it can't be. It's weird. It's very strange. I own all of this land. There is, incidentally, a new terrain editor being built. That's weird, isn't it? It's like, yeah, okay, now it's not okay. Okay, and then not okay. Weird. Alright, we'll stick it there. That's that done. And you can see how it's terraformed, or as I should say, terribly terraformed the ground there. This is definitely one of the things that people aren't particularly impressed with. It's so half-assed, it really is bad. I mean, look at that. There is an option to change the height of the paddock before you actually physically place it, but the preview's just so deceptive. I mean, I looked at the preview. It didn't occur to me that it was going to put it 15 feet up in the air. That just never seemed to be a likely solution. And the reason is this corner here. For some reason, rather than sort of putting it in the middle of the highest point and the lowest point, it only builds to the highest point. So if you happen to have a bit of a hill where you're placing it, it will just raise everything up to that level. I'm not sure that's a good thing. But like I say, you can raise and lower the height. It's just that the preview is so poor, very difficult to see how it's going to look before you've actually physically placed it. And for some reason now, I can't bring up the help menu. Maybe I'm not stood in the right place. Oh, there we go. So that's to open the gate, which is pretty damn cool. Where's the R bit? Where's the bit where I can buy a horse? Maybe I've turned... That's where you open the gate. Ah, here. Animal dialogue is here. Where it was a second ago. Now it's vanished again. Let's try again. F1. F1. That's probably a mod conflict there. Alright, we'll just go for the default horse, whatever you like. Confirm that. And we have an horse. Don't need a gate. I'm hardcore. Right. Major stutters. Oh. Right. Will it go black? Well, shish kebab. So it's the game itself that's doing that. It's got nothing to do with the mods. It's got nothing to do with the modded map. It's got nothing to do with the modded paddock. It is just 100% giving me black screen. Yeah. So I can't really test that out, which is really quite annoying. Wow. Okay, so here we are. I've removed the conflicting mod. So now we need to go set up some keybinds. So, yes, here we have a gear splitter. And, oh God. It's quite an exciting thing. Now I have got a proper truck shifter, and I'm not sure if this is going to be compatible with Farm Sim. I'm not going to try it today, so I'm just going to go with a very simple setup. Oh, that's interesting. So I think what we'll do is we'll go with a gear up system, gear down system, and we'll have a range up on 1 and range down on gear 2. And there was always a problem with neutral gear Obviously, because of the way the thing was set up in the first place. So we'll have a neutral gear over here. Okay. We'll try that. That looks and feels very similar to the gear mechanic. Oh, okay, well that's not working. Okay, we're not getting any gears here at all. We're unable to reverse. Huh. So the clutch is working. Okay. Let's try it in a tractor. Maybe that truck isn't going to work, but maybe the tractors will. Might take a bit of setting up this. See now that that should be okay. So we've got a parking brake popping up bottom right hand corner. That's okay. We've got a parking brake. Don't seem to have any range or gear controls, unfortunately. So it's not fully working. See if reverse works. No, reverse isn't working either. Right. We'll say that to bring up the settings. Okay, so I'm wondering if VCA is the wrong place to have put that. I'm not sure. We'll try this. So, all right then. Gear 1. A trigger a button or press an axis. Yeah, okay. 2, 3, 4. 5 is range up. 6 is range down. Range up, sorry. But having said that, the reverse gear thing doesn't seem to work. Something just disconnected on my PC. Okay. So left control and C brings up the vehicle control. Ah, here we go. Okay, what's shuttle? Change driving direction with space. No. Transmission. Type of the transmission. IVT is a variable transmission. All other transmission have 12 different gears. 2x6 is best for trucks. 2x6. Six gears with splitter. Okay, this is cool. Maximum speed of highest gear can be faster than the maximum speed of the vehicle. I wish there was a setting there that just said whatever that is. Automatic shifting of gears and ranges off. Speed limiter. Ah yes, good. There is one though. Limits the maximum speed of the vehicle to its default value. That's good. Launch gear. Auto clutch off. Low brake force 15%. Permanent keep speed. Right, okay, we don't want that. Throttle limiter, yep. Sensitivity. Interior camera rotation off because we're using head tracking. Exterior camera rotation, let's turn that on just to see what it looks like. Look backwards inside. If the vehicle changes direction, the interior camera is rotated by 180 degrees. We'll turn that off. Adaptive steering. The adaptive steering adjusts the automatic back rotation and the maximum steering angle. I'm not sure. Take a quick look with shift right. No, don't need that. Snap angle. Steer automatically to follow snap angle. Don't know what that means. Distance 3 meters. I don't know what that means. Draw marker. Only if inactive. I don't know what that means. Let's say OK. Let's see what we got now. So we don't appear to have any gear information. The clutch does seem to be working now. Reverse gear is not working. So we're in neutral right now. I think it's going to take some work to get this working properly, because although I'm going through the gears, I'm changing clutch, etc, etc, we don't appear to have any gears. Oh, so that takes me out of neutral, but I just stalled it. Okay, that's neutral. The only thing that takes me out of neutral is gear 6 for whatever reason. But certainly we're not getting any gears at the moment. No, definitely that is not working. I'm just going to jump out of this tractor and try another tractor and see if somehow I can get that working. So at the moment we appear to have forward and backward motion activated. So I need to come in. No, what do I need to do? Left control and C. And then turn that off. Transmission will be 6 gears with splitter. Automatic off. Speed limiter on. Launch gear. Auto clutch off. Permanent keep speed off. Interior camera off. Look backwards inside off. And select OK. I think that's what we need to do there. Right, let's see if this works. Yeah. Well, we moved. So we've got some forward gears. Reverse gear doesn't seem to be working. Okay, pretty sure that's in the right place. But I'm not convinced. Not convinced this is working properly. So we got first gear. We have second gear, it seems. Third doesn't work. Well, I've bound third and fourth to up and down gear, but that really isn't working. 5 works, 6 works, reverse does not. Reverse is quite important, I think. So, I wonder, let's try quitting out of this and I'll see if I can get it working somewhere else.